The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an independent low-budget horror film that was released in 1974 and was written and directed by Tobe Hooper. You could probably recognize him by his other films such as Poltergeist, Eaten Alive, The Funhouse, among many others. This movie became to be my favorite because it changed all my perspective about what to be afraid of and taught me to fear about things that are more likely to exist than paranormal stuff. I remember my dad liked pretty much horror movies, so when I was around 10 years old, he would kindly force me to watch this movie with him. I didn't like it though. However, with the pass of time, I realized that if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have developed this love and appreciation for horror films that took me to watch films of the epoch such as Halloween, Jaws, and which I consider a potential horror movie, The Planet of the Apes. I feel the horror genre must keep terror and comedy in tension in order to avoid treading the thin line that divides fear and parody, and this desired balance is reached in this movie, where the use of madness and murder help to exacerbate each other. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a movie that uses cinematographic language to subtly address society topics such as isolation, animal cruelty, and mental health, besides leading the audience to put themselves in the protagonist's feet thanks to the veracity of the facts in which the film is based. I like pretty much this movie because it demonstrated to the cinema industry how a low-budget movie could create such fear towards the audience as well as become a profitable saga that nowadays is still popular. The movie tells a story about two brothers that along with their friends decide to travel to Texas in order to check on their grandfather's tomb, to which a radio report that we can hear at the very beginning of the movie said has been desecrated. After checking the tomb, the two brothers and their friends decide to stay in an old farm belonging to the two brothers' family. However, when the characters start to ramble around the area looking for fun, they are suddenly caught and attacked by what seems to be an insane family of butchers that has the habit of torturing and killing people, to finally use their bodies to create creepy stuff as masks. Hence the name of the movie murderer, Leatherface. Now let's talk about one of the most iconic scenes in the film, where one of the characters is about to discover the aberrations of the insane family while she approaches her unavoidable death. This scene shows the audience that one of the characters is in front of a house that provokes curiosity on her to see what's happening on the inside. For this scene, the director used a medium long shot. This shot helps to show a proportion of the body to reflect the body language of the character, suggesting that she's not afraid but curious about the house. This shot size helped to show us the setting, which suggests that the character is alone during that situation. The director also utilized a low angle to project that the house was a dangerous place to get in, as well as give to it some sort of authority over the place, and this desired effect is reached thanks to this angle. Then, for the camera movement, the director used a dolly shot, which consists that the camera follows the character as this is walking. This camera movement was the main element to highlight the curious feeling that the director wanted to emulate toward the audience.
Kurt? Kurt?
Here we can appreciate a medium close-up shot. This shot cuts the character from the shoulders to above in order to show up what the character is feeling or its facial expressions, such as in this case, where the character seems to be confused. We also can notice a frontal view angle, which helps to maintain the attention on the character. Here we can find a medium shot. This type of shot helps to create tension, since we are unsure of what could possibly come into the space that is near the character. There is also a subtly dolly out camera movement, which helps to show part of the environment.
Kurt? Kurt? Kurt?
Here, the director used a medium close-up shot. with the purpose of focusing the audience on the creepy stuff on the floor and the confusion on the character's face. These elements, along with the prop materials that were in fact real animal bones, helped to create an atmosphere of terror and crudeness during the scene. We have to remind that the movie portrays animal cruelty as these characters are murdered like animals, and in my opinion, for this scene, the director used the trapped chicken to point out how the girl is also trapped in this house as the chicken. At the end of the scene, the girl tries to escape, but ending up caught by Leatherface, who takes her to death by hanging her on a meat hook as if she were a dead pork. After watching and analyzing the movie, the only thing I have to say is that this movie is a cinematographic masterpiece that should be appreciated and used to inspire new movies.